Yeah, when that first came out, I think I'm trying to set the stage because during that time, there was no such thing as bare knuckle or even that kind of fighting where you would mix ground and stand up together. No one understood that. The only time you ever saw something like that was either in a movie where everything was fake, or in pro wrestling where they hit you with chairs and people got jumped, or a street fight. And those lasted about 10 seconds, 5 seconds maybe. So the concept of that really just didn't really sink in to me and to most of the guys that were involved in this first event. In fact, I remember going over to Japan because I was a champion over there. I defended my title 3 days before I was going up to Denver, Colorado to fight. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I realize this is not going to be real. So, but I'm going to follow through with it just to see what's up. So I followed through with it. I fly from Japan to Denver, Colorado 3 days before the event, not really believing it's going to happen. I get there. They do this press conference. I mean, the guys that walk in the building. I mean, I looked at one guy who I just didn't even believe that the guy was very athletic at all. I'm not going to mention names, but he just didn't look like he belonged in a fighting event. He was out of shape. Looked old. It was 50-50. You had guys that looked like they could fight, and then you had guys that looked like they should have been retired for 50 years. Yeah. So it was really a mixture of reality and non-reality. You had kickboxers. Here's the thing. We get started in this thing day before the event. They come in and they basically say, no holds barred, no anything goes, this is the real deal. And so people started asking questions, can you do this, can you do that? And they all said, yeah, you can kick them in the head when they're on the ground, you can hit them, you can elbow them, you can knee them. Literally, I'm going, this is happening. And I thought to myself, well, something's going to happen. They're going to tell us in the locker room that this is not really going to happen. Well, here was a kicker to it, too. Then they came up and said, okay, after the press was gone, it was just the fighters. They came and said, okay, Zane Frazier, you can't wear your kick pads. They told me I couldn't wear my wrestling shoes. And I remember Zane going, wait a minute, I thought this was no holds, but anything goes. There was no rules. And I thought to myself, well, this is where I got myself into trouble. I was like, okay, I don't need my shoes. I'll beat him anyways. Well, I'd never been on a mat before without wrestling shoes, but I just didn't have the concept of how much I would be off. So we go to the event. We're all hitting pads, testosterone flowing in the locker room, people screaming and yelling, trying to get themselves all amped up. In my mind, I'm still kind of like, when are they going to come to me and say, okay, you can't do this and you can't do that? I'm waiting the whole time until the very first fight happens. Sumo against Gerard Godot. The fight happens. Yeah. He hits him. Bang, bang, bang. The fat guy goes down. Big old sumo guy goes down. He walks over to him, and he kicks a field goal with his teeth. Literally, the guy's teeth go flying in the front row. Yeah. Now, we're all watching this, right? We're all popping pads thinking, okay, we just go out and fight. But no one had the idea of no holds barred. They thought it was like pro wrestling or something. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, guys were going, that's not what I signed up for. I mean, it was literally guys just going, I'm not doing that. I just know that's illegal. And I kind of chuckled because in my head, I'm going, this is awesome. They're going to let us go out there and do this. Yeah. Now, how I grew up, I didn't have to fight two guys. I only had to fight one. I didn't get jumped. I didn't worry about guns. I didn't have to buy any of that stuff. I'm fighting one guy, and they're going to pay me for it. And I was like, yeah, man, I was jacked up. But all these other guys, there was probably half of them that were like, I'm not doing this. This is not what I signed up for. And it was like, no, this is what we signed up for. We just didn't realize that's what it looked like. This is the real deal. Right. So from that point on, man, it set the standard. Because if it would have been Hoist Gracie in the very first fight with Art Jimmerson with one glove on, they would have crapped over. People would have got up and left. Or if it was me going in there and heel hooking Patrick Smith when nobody had to understand even what I was doing, they're going, he's playing with his feet. Right. He's doing some sort of foot thing. Right. Even the commentators were saying that. If it was any of those fights, I don't know if we would be sitting here today unless it was that fight that really set the tone and people could not deny the reality and the realism of that fight.